This is our last lesson in this class, and it's going to give you a brief introduction to JavaScript. So you'll want to read through the pages in the book and go through the lecture demo. And because we are dealing with JavaScript, which is a little bit more code, I do have videos that cover the examples and a lot of the material that is in this lecture demo. And then the text expands on what is covered in the book. So it gives you quite a bit more detail about JavaScript variables, how to declare and initialize them, different naming conventions, the different data types there are in JavaScript, how to create a function, how to create a method, and what's the difference between a method and a function, all of that kind of fun stuff. And then I do have interactive buttons in here as well. Click to see a prompt, and then you key something in, and you'll notice it displays in the box. And this is all JavaScript magic. So as you read through here, you will get a feel for how to create those types of things yourself. And then the textbook assignment gives you some practice using just very simple JavaScript. And you'll be creating several different pages. This is a graphic of what you're going to create. And basically, you'll be able to click the buttons to change the picture. And then you'll download the pictures into your Lesson 12 media folder. And then this is the code that you need to create that interactive page. Here's another page that you're going to create that is interactive. This one is simply using a prompt box and an alert box, but then you will change it and you'll actually write to the page. So a couple different versions of that one. Then we take a little break from JavaScript and give you a little more practice on responsive sites. Because we've learned 3 different layouts, you will be practicing all 3: Flexbox, Grid View, and CSS Grid. You will be downloading one zipped folder that you are going to decompress, and you'll end up with 3 different pages. And what you'll be doing is editing each of those pages to add the code for the different layouts. So this video shows you how to add the code for Flexbox to the Flexbox page. This shows you how to add the code for the Grid View page. And then I did CSS Grid down here. Okay, so it's the same page basically, and now you're going to be adding CSS Grid to it. Okay, and then we're going to bounce back to JavaScript. So our break from JavaScript is over, and you're going to download this interactive page, and you'll be adding some code to that. I will point out, do not forget to add on-click apply changes. Okay, that is super important, and it's not highlighted, so some people miss it. But that is the click event that is calling the function that is actually going to change your page. So make sure you add that code. Task 8, you're going to do a push menu, and then you're going to save it under a different name and adjust the code so that it's an overlay menu. So you're going to learn 2 different techniques, basically using the same code. And then once you're done, you are going to transfer those pages and submit done to the Dropbox. And as you notice, there are videos for all of these, so make sure you watch them, especially if you get stuck. Exam 2 covers pretty much from lesson 8 on. It's set up the same way as exam 1, where you're allowed to take it 3 times. Your highest score is the one that is going to be used in the grade book. And the questions are designed so they are similar to what you will see on your certification exam. This week, you will also be creating a Certiport account. If you have an account, you still need to log in and take a screenshot. And if you don't have an account, you will be creating one. And really all you have to do is enter your name. You do not need to purchase vouchers. We have those. So make sure you don't purchase anything. You just want to get your name registered with Certiport, because when you go in for the certification exam, they need your Certiport user ID and password. You're going to have to key those in because your results are going to be connected with your account. So this is a link to Certiport. Here's what it looks like if you have an account and you log in. And you just need to do a screenshot of that. Now, once you're done with all of this, you can start working on that final project. If you are going to adapt something that you created in lesson 11, that is perfectly fine. You will notice that there's a lot of overlap in the instructions. There are some additional instructions here that are not in lesson 11. So what you'll have to do is take your project from lesson 11 and add some features to it. Okay, so as you read through here, the JavaScript event handler function or method, that would be new. The icon bar would be new. So there are some new things in here that were not part of lesson 11. And that's kind of what you have to pay attention to. There is a checklist. This may be easier for you to use. For the checklist, you could actually print it out and then just check off when you have these things done. And this is what I use when I actually grade your page. So this is something that is super helpful to print out. And that way you can make sure that you get all the points. So that is what we have going on in lesson 12. If you have questions or run into problems, let me know, and have a great week.